This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. We've got some TV shows that are going to air the weekend of June 11th. And of course, with now Clash of the Champions in the rear view, we're talking about the Great American Bash Tour and all the multiple War Games matches that are going to be coming up. We've got a couple of promos that I'm going to play here. One from Pro, and then we'll check back in and we'll play the one from Worldwide. Here's Pro that aired on June 11th, 1988.
And here we are with the World Tag Team Champions at ringside, and James J. Dillon, the Four Horsemen now, with all of the gold in the corner, James J. Dillon. But the biggest event ever, the Great American Bash just around the corner. Is it an impossible feat? You're going to meet the toughest competition ever. Can they keep it through the bashes? Bob Caudle, that's what the Great American Bash is all about. And I've got as bad a case of bash fever as anybody's ever going to get. But like you've already said, half the battle is getting there, and we're sure there in terms of having all the gold. And I'm just as confident that the World Tag Team Champions and the U.S. Champion and the World Champion will reign throughout the matches, right, Kelly? You know, JJ, no matter what the sport is, no matter what the line is, the people always want to see the best compete against the best. That's what the thrill is. That's when you're a wrestler. When you're wrestling the best and you beat them and you can come out and hold this, that's what the thrill of victory is. And also the agony of defeat. But you know, the Horsemen don't know what defeat is. That's why we can come out here on national television week in and week out and talk about being the best, because we got the proof. We have taken on all comers. All comers. And always walked out victorious. And that talks from the Road Warriors to Dusty Rhodes to Sting and all the aforementioned people that want to come out here and do this. My friends, jealousy gets you nowhere. You got to go in the ring and you got to prove it. And that's why this is the symbol of excellence. Bob Caudle, first of all, you rename the bashes of 88 Civil War. It's man against his brother. Sometimes it's son against his father. Opinions change. People's feelings have changed. A lot of things have changed, but the one thing that always been constant, the one constant in the NWA has always been the Horsemen at the top of the heap. So attitudes can change in 46 main event days. The best against the best. Finally figuring out who the best is. People may feel one way about their partner one day. That may change at the end of 45 days. It may change again. So emotions are running high. Anybody that's not intense is running behind, because rest assured, the Horsemen will go in the bashes with the intensity we've always shared. And this time, we go in as the incumbents. And Bob Caudle, you know how hard it is to unseat the incumbents. All right, there they are, the world champions.
So let's talk about, the interview placement, if you will. Did you prefer to do it in front of a television audience like the WTBS deal? Did you like doing it in front of a crowd? And furthermore, if you're going to do it in front of a crowd, did you like the set or, right ringside, right in the middle of the arena? What would have been your preference as far as telling the people what was on your mind?
I kind of like rolling that right out of the ring and going right ringside. It just, because you still have that, the audience is right there. They're still reacting to whatever you just did. It just feels like the adrenaline is better. Now, I wasn't I wasn't bothered at all. 9:30 in the morning, TBS, going right out on the set. First thing, open the show. Whatever was in there, 75 people, whatever it may be, and just where you can hear individual voices, had no problem doing promos there either. It's just, promos for me were just, it was fun. It was special. It was one of those things that when you nailed one, you felt good about it, and you sold some tickets, because in those days, those promos, talking a guy into the building or talking a family into the building was a very real thing. Really was. People that not necessarily were sold on going to a live event could hear something on a promo and go, shit, hey, y'all get dressed. We got to go see this. And that was a very real thing in those days.
We've got another promo we want to take a listen to. This one's just 1:20, and this one's on the set, not right in front of everybody. Let's take a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the forecast for the summer of 88 is hot. The intense heat will be coming during the Great American Bash 1988. The big question, can the Four Horsemen survive the bash intact, physically and with the titles?
You know, Jim Ross, the greatest thing in life is to have everybody pro or con talking about you. And that's what they do about the Horsemen. You either like us or hate us, but you talk about the Horsemen. You talk about this symbol, and that's what it's all about. The Great American Bash is coming. The bash is the Horsemen. The Horsemen make the bash, and that's the bottom line. Right on. Let me explain one thing to you. Sons are leaving their fathers. Wives are leaving their husbands. Friends are leaving friends. It's not called the bash. It's called Civil War 88. Man against his brother. All opinions, you put them and flush them down the toilet because they mean nothing. I'm talking 48 days of the best against the best. Tully may get sick of me. I may get sick of him. Doc may get sick of Sting. Sting may get sick of Dusty. It's all going to come down to a gut check. Who can roll out of that bed every morning in sections and face the finest, whoever it may be. It may be the Road Warriors one day. It may be Sting one day. Maybe Nikita. The bottom line is we're family. We're the champions. We're the incumbents. And that's the bottom line going in.
So there you go. We heard a little bit from Bob Caudle and from Jim Ross. Did you have a favorite stick man back in this era?
Oh, no, those, love Tony, JR was just getting settled in. Bob Caudle was like he was your grandfather talking to you. He was that comfortable voice. And I really didn't appreciate them at the time, I'm sure, like I should have, because they would set up your angle. You come out to the set, they would take care of all the times, the stats, the numbers, the names. All you had to do was talk about the story, and they made your job easy.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.